Hello and welcome to Roofing Road Trips from Roofers Coffee Shop. My name is Heidi Ellsworth and we are live in Grapevine, Texas with Anchor Products. This is such an exciting roofing road trips. We are going to be with Joel Stanley from Anchor Products, and we are going to be also with Robert and Warren, and we're going to be seeing the new mobile product showcase. So here we go. Nice. Joel, this is dang cool.
Thanks for stopping by, Heidi. It's great to see you.
Wow.
And the rest of the roofing industry is here with you.
Yes, this is so great. Okay, I am so happy that you invited us to come see your mobile showcase.
Well, thank you. We're very glad to have you here.
Yes, this is really big stuff. I mean, no one else is doing anything like this that I know of.
Well, it's been really nice to be able to travel around the country. Some parts are cooler than others.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of warm today in Texas, but it's been nice to have it. This has gone all over the country. We were in Boston a couple weeks ago. It was in Iowa. It's been all over the West Coast and the East Coast. It's been through Florida, and it's put a lot of miles on it already. Yeah, so that's been really nice.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's start from the beginning. For all of our folks out there who we brought with us to come see this great new opportunity for contractors. Really, is what it is. But let's start with, can you introduce yourself and tell us about your company?
Well, I'm Joel Stanley. I'm with Anchor Products. I started Anchor Products almost 15 years ago. In fact, it's almost 15 years ago this week.
Oh my gosh, so, happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love that.
But I noticed a need in the roofing industry that we have damage from rooftop equipment all the time.
Yes.
And the roofing industry complains about it over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's always the HVAC guy's fault, or it's always the plumber's fault, or the safety guy's fault. It's always somebody else's fault.
Definitely.
But, you know, you can complain about it, and complain about it and complain about it some more. Or you can actually do something about it.
Right.
So that's what we decided to do. So here at Anchor Products, we decided to actually take action and do something about it.
And this was 15 years ago.
It was 15 years ago. It was August.
You saw the problem.
Yeah, well, I started seeing the problem several years earlier than that.
Yeah.
But actually got to a place where I found a way to do something about it. And so it was actually in about 2008 that I figured out I could do this way. And I was actually watching at a trade show, and somebody was welding ISO-weld, and another place was welding Rhino Bond and in their booths, and I was watching how that worked, and I was like, well, if they can hold a roof down with that, then I should be able to hold something down to a roof with that.
Yeah.
I should be able to make things waterproof with that. It's structurally sound.
Right.
So how can I incorporate this? And that's what got started, and it took me a couple years to get things figured out.
Right.
But once I did, I figured out a revolutionary way to do things and make attachments. We didn't have to penetrate all the way down to the decking and do what I would consider major surgery.
Right, okay.
We could get away with doing minimally invasive surgery.
Yeah.
Orthoscopic surgery for roofing, we'll say.
Ooh, I like it. That is very cool. Yeah, that is cool.
So that's what we're able to figure out, is how to do that.
Now, I want everyone to know out there, Joel, you come from a roofing family.
I do.
You do, out of Oregon, just saying, very cool. And, so you really are an inventor. You in your heart and soul, maybe I don't know if you see that, but I see that. You have been inventing things to solve problems in the roofing industry since I've known you.
Well, that's probably one of my biggest strengths, is being able to figure things out. I'm probably not the greatest business guy, or I don't have this great college degree with an MBA and all these accolades on my wall. I have patents on my wall.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you have a lot of stuff on your walls.
Yeah.
I know.
I have over 30 patents on my wall.
Yes, exactly.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And they're all things that have to do with roofing.
Yeah.
And how we can make roofing better. Right now, a big word that goes around a lot of times is resiliency. And resiliency to me has to do with much more than this brand of roof or that brand of roof. It has to do with the whole package.
Right.
It has to do
Yes.
with the appropriate roofing contractor
Right.
that installs things correctly the first time, that doesn't cut corners. It has to do with the roofing manufacturer that's not always about cutting price.
Yes.
And how can I get a cheaper and cheaper product, but how can I get a better and better product?
Right. Yes.
Sometimes those two things collide, but sometimes they don't.
Right.
And also, so we need a good contractor. We need the good quality product.
Mm-hmm.
We also need good design. It doesn't do any good to have a great product and a great contractor and an architect that screwed it up.
Yes.
Or an engineer that screwed it all up.
Right.
And we always have these things out there, oftentimes figured, we call them RFOs, and it stands for roofer figure out. And those things, so those are things that an architect or an engineer or a roof consultant needs to avoid at all costs.
Yeah.
He never wants an RFO on his job.
No.
He needs to figure those things out in advance. So one of the things that we did was, how can Anchor Products eliminate a lot of RFOs?
Yes.
Pitch pans were invented as an RFO. They were a way to, I don't know how else to do this, so we'll just put a pitch pan around it.
Right.
And it's going to be excluded for the warranty, so, who cares?
Right.
Well, that doesn't work.
No.
That doesn't work long term for clients. It doesn't work for your national accounts. It doesn't work for people that need good roofing.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't work for server facilities or crucial facilities that have to be open and have to be functioning.
Right.
I use an example of there's a pig processing plant in West Texas.
Okay.
The pig processing plant, they slaughter 16,000 pigs a day.
Holy cow.
So that's a lot of pigs.
Yeah.
But the thing that people don't think about is, if they have a leak over their line, they have to shut down that line. Well, the problem with that is the plant is sustainable. It's been in business for decades. So that also means if they slaughter 16,000 pigs a day, that means they had to have 16,000 pigs born today.
Yeah.
That means that they had to move 16,000 pigs from lot F to lot G.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And so all this has to be happening. If you miss out on killing 16,000 pigs today,
Yeah. What?
you can't make it up and kill 32,000 pigs tomorrow.
Right.
So
You
these
lost all this production.
Right. You needed to plan months ahead of time and not breed pigs.
Right.
So you can
Wow,
have this
okay.
scheduled leak time.
Yeah.
So these are facilities that do not have the ability to shut down.
Right.
They're going to have to process. At an agricultural facility, the corn will be harvested.
Right.
It can't wait another day.
Yeah.
So all these things like that have to be open. It doesn't really matter to you that they just had the biggest hailstorm in Dallas, but at a server facility, you just want to run your credit card. You're just trying to buy donuts.
Yeah.
So the credit card has to run. And so there's more and more facilities now that are must-run facilities. And we learned about a lot of what those were during COVID, because we all called them, necessary products and necessary things, and essential workers and essential facilities.
Yes, that was it.
So
Yes.
these essential facilities have to have equipment that's on their roof, and it has to be secured down. So regardless of what happens in hurricanes and tornadoes and whatever weather events and earthquakes and all these kinds of things, that these facilities do not have leaks.
Right.
They cannot afford to be down.
They have to have redundant, strong
Right.
roofs with the equipment secured.
And it's not necessarily about money.
Right.
Maybe it's about the fact that there's 16,000 pigs born today.
I know.
So you got to kind of look at it in a little different light,
Right.
because it's not just it'll suffer, our profits will suffer. There's much more that can suffer if some of these essential facilities are not operational.
Exactly.
So Anchor Products needed to find a way to make all these things a sustainable, a reliable application. Regardless of what happens, this facility will be resilient and will be open and operational.
Right.
So Anchor Products came up with, how do we attach all this rooftop equipment?
Yeah.
It amazes me how much rooftop equipment is not attached at all on a roof.
No, or on a piece of wood.
Right, it just sits there on the roof, but
Yeah.
it's supposed to just magically stay in place.
Right, right.
You know, we have pictures of large equipment, you know, semi-trailer size HVAC units that blow off of the building and different things like that, because believe it or not, an HVAC unit is not attached down, it just sits there.
Right.
So what really holds that on in major wind events or
Yeah.
in earthquake events and things like that?
And then it becomes an issue not just of the leaking of the building or the problems of the building, it becomes a safety issue for
Right.
everyone who's around that building.
Right.
And and the cost of the equipment.
Right.
Right? I mean, the risk, the cost, everything. You have to keep it secured safely to the roof.
So Anchor Products,
So.
we came up with our sample box and making the connection. Our tagline is connections that last.
Right.
We believe that's about a lot of things. It's about our attachment, obviously, that we
Right.
have, but it's also about relationships, and it's about having a sustainable relationship. It's about having friendships that we have. We sell trust.
Yes.
Anchor Products,
I love that.
we sell trust more than anything.
Right.
So-
it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, people have to say, I can rely on that.
Right.
So it's not just about holding the equipment down, and we'll get into that in a second.
Yeah.
But it's also about making sure that the roof is properly secured and the roof cannot leak.
Right.
So how do we do that? The U-Anchor, in this box, it shows us, we open it up, it has a brochure here, and it's more than an attachment.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So-
I love this. And the brochure is amazing.
Yeah, so inside it
specs.
shows you a sample of the product and things like that. The cardboard piece comes out and the sample's right here, so you can see the back. Some things that the product does, it's completely sealed down. It has a separation disc here to prevent any rubbing of equipment that we mount onto here.
Excellent.
The product is completely watertight right now, the way that it would be installed on a roof. It does not require anything above it to create a compression seal. That's what we
that's
found
key.
at Spry. We wrote a white paper that differentiated that there's two different types of attachments in the market right now. That there are compression seal products, which would require pressure here to maintain the seal. The problem with a compression seal product is when you pull on it, you're either securing the exhaust tower
Yeah.
or you're holding and creating a seal. But we found that you're really not doing both. So the problem is in a major wind event or a major hurricane event, the wind and the rain kind of go together.
Right.
So you end up with this being pulled on, which pulls on your seal. So you have to have an attachment product that is not dependent upon compression,
Okay.
which the U-Anchor is the only product on the market that is not dependent upon compression.
Wow.
So we take this solid plate. For one, there's no hole in the plate. The plate, the bolt welds to the top surface of the plate.
Yeah.
And then we're able to seal this membrane similarly to how you would do iso-weld or rhino bond.
Right.
We would seal this membrane to the top surface of this plate. And we do that in our factory, so it doesn't
It's all
have to be
done.
done on the
All
roof
done.
or
Okay.
anything. And so there's no hole for any moisture that were to come through if it were to ever
If it
be able to
did,
get
yeah.
through. There's nowhere for it to go.
Yeah.
So this is just sealing around the outside perimeter, and that's all you have to do.
That's
You easily set this in place, peel this up, put your fasteners in, and you can put up to 4 to 8 fasteners in, and then you hot air weld it down around the perimeter. That's it. This installs in 2.5 minutes.
And then the equipment comes in on top.
Right, and then now I have a bolt that I can attach anything I want to.
Anything, yeah.
So I can put any kind of equipment on here I want, if it's a guy wire, if it's other equipment. What we found is that people are concerned that their equipment won't work together with this bolt. Maybe it's got the wrong size hole. Maybe this bolt's too big, it's too small,
Right.
it's not tall enough, it's not whatever. So what we found, and what this brochure explains, is that it's more than an attachment. And Anchor Products, it's the total roof solution. So we got involved in H-frames, and we got involved in snow retention, and we got involved in pipe supports and in solar. And this just goes through and shows several things that we also got involved in.
Right.
We found that I can't provide just an attachment. Just providing an attachment, well, I don't need an attachment.
Right.
I need snow retention, or I need
Right.
an H-frame support, or I need a guy wire. I need the whole thing. So I don't need just an attachment. I need the whole thing that is a unified solution that not only secures the plumbing or secures a satellite dish or secures snow retention or solar,
Right.
but it also works in conjunction with the roofing that I have on that project. So it'll be not only good for the equipment, but how does it interact with the roof manufacturer?
Yes.
And that it's included in their warranty.
Right.
So Anchor Products is the only product on the market right now that is included in the roofing manufacturer warranty for most major brands.
That's excellent.
So that we're very happy about that. They've seen the viability of the product, they've seen the opportunities, and they've seen the assurances that they needed to have for them to feel comfortable that we will include Anchor Products in our warranty, which has
Makes
been
sense.
great.
Yeah.
So
That's huge.
you can get this through your roofing manufacturer, or you can get it through, so you can get it from a roofing manufacturer, through some distribution. You can get it direct from us. We try and make this as easy as possible.
Because we want more, we want contractors using this for the safety of the roofs out there.
Right, for the
That's
safety
it.
of the roof.
To make it easy and the safety of the roof, this is what it's all about.
Right.
Yeah. And I think about, you know, one of the best things when we have is our roofing professionals who see a need and fill it. And that's you, Joel. I mean, that's what this is. That is so amazing. Okay, you saw a need to be able to show people how this works.
Yes.
So we're gonna go here in just a minute and
Yep.
we're gonna look at your mobile showcase. But you also had a need to make sure everything was covered, right?
Yes. So I do have a gift for you before we get started.
Okay.
So Anchor Products, I believe that Anchor Products has a need for all rooftop equipment. Code requires that you can put it in all caps, that all rooftop equipment must be bolted, welded, or otherwise positively fastened to the structure without the aid of frictional resistance. So that means ballast isn't going to work anymore. It has to be attached down.
Right.
So, and it doesn't say, hey, in high wind areas, you need to attach it down. In seismic areas, it needs to be attached down. It says all rooftop equipment must be attached down.
Yeah.
So that's what we're all
code.
about. It's code.
It's code.
And it's code nationwide.
Yeah.
So everywhere you
Exactly.
go.
Yeah.
So Anchor Products believes that we're underneath it all. So here's your gift today that says Anchor Products underneath it all.
Underneath it all. And
So I'll let you go ahead and open that up.
we're gonna open this up because I love getting gifts. And I have to tell you, Anchor and Joel are some of the most clever people out there. So we're gonna see what they have in store in this nice little bag. Here we go. Okay.
Anchor Products.
I'm gonna say shorts, I guess. So those are so cute. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I will take those back to Oregon. That is darling. Well, okay, Joel, with this in mind, let's go do your tour.
Great.
And before one more question, what inspired this?
So we had an issue nationwide. It seemed that people would wonder, well, I've used the U-anchor for pipe supports, or I've used the U-anchor for a crossover bridge or stairs or for electrical boxes, but people only understood the U-anchor was for what they've used it for. What they failed to understand is the U-anchor it's a bolt that sticks up out of the roof and can attach anything you want.
Yes.
So you can attach stuff to the roof and you can attach stuff to the wall. I found it amazing that people came to me at a show and they said, since when have you been installing stuff on the wall? And I'm like, it screws in and has a bolt. What you can put it on the ceiling. I don't care.
Yeah, you could hang your mirror ball.
Right? I see us being able to do things in the future with earth liners. And I see us being able to do things with, for dirt retention in an earth liner. I see us being able to do things with tunnel liners and be able to erect things inside.
Yeah.
So it goes a long ways.
It makes sense.
But this is a way for us to show people and get the gears rolling about the things that they could do.
I was
So
going
let's
to say
go
a
take a
little
look.
creativity.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, Joel, I am so impressed with this. This is amazing. We've been watching it kind of open behind us as we were talking, but what inspired the mobile showcase?
Well, we really needed to get out and show people what a U-anchor is used for.
Yeah.
Because they really only thought it was for what they've used it for. And if they've only used it for plumbing, then they thought it was a plumbing attachment. But it can be used for solar, it can be used for safety, it can be used for so many things.
Yeah.
And so this gives us an opportunity to show that you can have it on the roof, you can have it on walls, you can have it to mount electrical equipment, you can have it to mount plumbing and other conduit and different things on the wall and communication equipment, and you can use it to attach solar, and you can have it do standoffs that stand up off the roof. You can have we have 3 primary bolt configurations. We have a single bolt U-anchor that's right here in front of us in the front here, and then we have a double bolt U-anchor that you can see right here, and then we have a 4 bolt U-anchor. So it allows us to do different things. And then we came up with, well, what are we gonna do? We need a bracket for this 2 bolt U-anchor so I can attach strut to it. And then I can, once I have the strut here, I can build whatever structure I want on top of this. So it gives me a lot of versatility. I can have guy wires set up to do this. I can put in indicator rods like that, like the yellow rod right there. We can put up, and I'll go ahead and let you pan around and see some of the things, but there's plumbing systems for what they call a clevis hanger, which is this one right here in the middle. But forever they've had single rollers that a pipe rolls on. So if you're putting in a gas line expands and contracts, and it needs to have what's called a roller. But what they haven't done is put 2 rollers on. So they usually just have a loop that goes across the top. But if I can pinch the gas line between 2 rollers, it'll allow it to flow back and forth and still be securely held down. What we commonly see is rooftop equipment like pipes, or worse yet, gas line plumbing, that will move side to side in a wind event or a seismic event. They're very concerned with the amount of damage that could be done on a lot of gas lines or other types of lines that have hazardous materials in them. So you damage the pipe by moving it over in the wind. Maybe you didn't damage it. Maybe when it was damaged was when you moved it back. So how do we prevent it from moving in the first place? And the U-anchor does just that. It's a roof manufacturer warranted solution to allow you to secure whatever rooftop equipment on your roof that you need to. So we can go to simple things like guardrail. And instead of just weighted ballast to hold it down, which doesn't meet code requirements, I get kind of confused with this. They say, well, when you put it in with a weighted base, oftentimes they say, well, it's not permanent because it's not attached, but you're never going to take it down. So I'm kind of confused between, is it permanent or is it not?
Right.
If it's not going to be coming back down, if you're going to put in a crossover bridge or something like that, if you're going to do that and you're going to take it down before a major hurricane, then I understand it's temporary. But if you're going to leave it, I think it's permanent.
Yes, it is permanent.
So which one is it? You know, that's kind of the question that we run into. For years and decades now, they have done stuff with pipe supports, and the pipe supports have never been attached, and it allowed the pipe to expand and contract. Well, now that code requires you to attach them down, it's going to require that we change how we design things. We're going to have more expansion and contraction joints because the attachments are firmly affixed and they will not move.
Right.
So how do we do that?
That expansion contraction, so is this right here? Those are your pipes with the rolls on them.
Yes.
And that is really, I mean, not only have the U-anchor, but are you providing these other brackets?
Yeah, so we're providing everything that you see in this trailer.
Everything.
So everything. So we can provide all the different pipe supports and all the different attachments and different things like that. So we're not just providing an attachment, we're providing everything.
Everything.
We don't provide an HVAC unit, but we do provide the stand that it comes with.
But you never know.
We don't provide an electrical box because there's hundreds of them.
Right.
But we do provide the stand that it mounts to, and it's a universal mount setup, so it's very simple to work with. But there's so many things that we can do, and mount things to walls, and mount things to the roof, and mount things to sloped areas.
Yeah.
And it's just an attached mount.
That's awesome.
The smallest single bolt attachment that we have holds roughly about 3,000 pounds in tension and almost 4,000 pounds in shear.
Wow.
So it holds a lot more than people think.
Yeah.
And when you go to a double bolt system, you almost double that.
Yeah. Joel, there's nothing more important on the rooftop than safety.
That's for sure.
You are addressing that, again, with your innovative ideas and thoughts. Talk to us about safety and how the U-Anchor really makes that happen.
Well, we first came out with guardrail that we already talked about. We're also having a single point tie-off, which is a very low profile tie-off device that allows us to quickly install this. Again, this product here takes about 2.5 minutes to install.
Jeez.
So there's no real weight to carry up on a roof or anything like that. And this will easily withstand the weight of somebody falling over and catching them on over the edge of the roof, which I think would hurt a lot, but much less than hitting the ground.
Yes.
So,
well, and let's talk about that, because like we were just talking about a minute ago, being permanent or not permanent, you want this permanent in your roof because you have window washers, you have facility managers, you have people up with equipment, they can all tie into this.
Right. So by having this up there on the roof, they can have access to things that they need and get up on the roof and do the work that they need to do and be safe.
It's perfect.
But this is low profile. Most of them stand up a lot higher.
Okay.
They're a lot bigger. And you know, we're even looking, we've had some people take this product and color code it to match so it blends in on an application that you can see from the ground. You might want to have that to where it cosmetically blends in for the 99% of the time that you're not using it, that it doesn't look like an eyesore. You know, most of the time it's, but it's safety, but that doesn't mean it has to be ugly.
No, safety is good and not
ugly.
I
see that on a lot of buildings where they have guardrail on the roof that's yellow, and they have this really nice, beautiful blue or red colored metal on their building and different things like that, and safety yellow guardrail sticking up over the parapet. And it's like, why can't, will the guardrail work less if it's blue? I mean, I think it's still going to stop me if it's blue.
Having it's the bigger challenge. Just have it in the first place.
Have it in the first place.
Whatever color.
But also, how do we make it look good?
Exactly.
Now, there's some applications that who cares what it looks like? But there are other applications
that
it matters. It's seen.
So many of the top outdoor living spaces on top of rooftops, all of that. There's just roof gardens and garden roofs. Say it the right way.
How do we secure trays on? What if we could take a sloped roof application and put garden trays on it? So now you can actually see the rooftop garden from the ground. But they haven't had a way to hold it on the roof.
Now
so
they do.
We can do that.
And this is the kind of creativity that you get in this mobile product showcase.
Now, most people don't think about snow when they're baking and sweating in the sun. But how do you put snow on a roof? If we come back down here and we look at this application, we have applications down here for snow retention. And snow retention is even important in markets like Dallas. If you can all remember back to the Super Bowl several years ago, they had snow flying off of the roof and sliding down, and it actually injured several people, and several people had to go to the hospital in ambulances because it came down off of the roof and crushed exhibitor tents and catering tents that were all around the stadium. So how do you protect all kinds of properties and people around properties? So when we look at different things up here, we've got stair systems and small electrical boxes and HVAC stands, and we can make stands that work for multiple units at one time, or singles, whichever one you have. Those things can all be custom designed because a U-Anchor can have one bolt or multiples, and we can configure things the best way possible for your application. And you can too. I look forward to hearing what roofing contractors have, their greatest ideas. I believe that U-anchors are going to be on projects, on every project that you have. It will be as common as a pipe boot, and you will use anchor products every single day. We even have applications for communication systems like satellite dishes, which are extremely common on many rooftops today. So whether you have anything you've got on a roof, let's use your imagination. That's been the difficult part, having people use their imagination about all the things that they could do with a U-anchor. It's a simple bolt that sticks up out of the roof that's completely watertight and included in the warranty. So how are you going to use that today? Today we have a snow retention system that, as this would be mounted on the edge near over a structural loading wall, and it would prevent the snow from sliding down and falling off onto people or cars and damaging property like HVAC equipment and other things that might be beneath there. You have snow that builds up on even low slope flat buildings that when it comes off, will come off with a mighty amount of force. And that's what this is supposed to do, is prevent that from happening, to protect property and life around the perimeter of the building.
And explain this as well.
Okay, so this here is an exhaust tower. It's going to have to be secure. So that way, when smoke and different fumes are coming out of a building, how do you prevent that from moving in the harshest weather events? And that's what the guy wires do. In the past, as you're looking at it right there, that has been secured by going down into a pitch pan, which is a non-warranted item, a maintenance item that has to be maintained over time and has to be replaced about every 5 years. So these are all different size pipe supports that we can have. These are designed to support equipment or support pipes, and the things can be clamped down to the strut. So the way that strut's designed, it allows for this channel here to allow you to have clamps and different things that clip into it and can be secured down to it without having to wrap around or have to fasten through it. So there's lots of different ways to do it. You can do this with PVCs, you can do it with TPOs. You have EPDM applications. As you saw before on the stairs, there's asphalt applications. Back there in the back, there's all kinds of different clamps that, and I said this before, how this clamps onto the metal and allows you to secure the pipe down. Sometimes the weight of the pipe needs to be spread out and you don't want so much point loading here. So they put in what's called a saddle, and this will actually allow you to dissipate the downward load on the pipe and protect the pipe. And that's why you would have that application. I mentioned before, this application here with what we call an adjustable strut bracket. An adjustable strut bracket allows that strut to come out of that bracket in a straight line or at a 45 or at any angle we want it to be. So we can attach a vertical or a horizontal bracing for a parapet wall or lots of different things. It's up to your imagination. What are you going to do with a U-anchor? We mentioned that we had single bolt applications. We have double bolt applications and what we call a 5000 series, which is a 4-bolt application. We call a U-anchor 5000, and it's a 5000 series. This here with a 2-bolt system is a 3000 series. And if we're using it in a single bolt application, we call that a 2000 series. And each series comes with TPO, PVC, EPDM, APP, SBS. We have coating applications. We have PMMA applications. So we have all different roof types available, regardless of your type and brand. And everything is made brand specific to meet your needs, so that we never want to have an issue with your warranty.
Hello, this is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are here with Anchor Products. This is part of our live roofing road trips, and we wanted to bring you the people who are actually making it happen out in the field with this mobile product showcase. It is so cool. So we have asked Warren and Robert to come visit us. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi.
Hello, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. And I'm wondering, let's start with some introductions. So Warren, can you introduce yourself? Tell us what you do with Anchor.
Hi, so I'm Warren. I'm the driver for the mobile showcase.
And Robert?
I'm Robert Alvarez. I'm the South Central Business Development Representative. And I take care of everybody kind of in the South Central. We have people all over the place. But I take care of like Texas and up and down the central part of the U.S.
You got this nice hot area.
I got the warm area. Yes.
Yeah, it's a great day out here, let me tell you. So Warren, we heard from Joel about how this was developed, really wanting to get this mobile product showcase out to contractors, distributors, manufacturers, everything. So fun. Tell us, you're driving, you're setting it up every time. Where are some of the places you've been already?
So we've been all over the East Coast. I've been to New York, I've been to Boston, Connecticut, Rhode Island, I've been Pennsylvania, I've been Colorado, Atlanta. Well, I've been all over.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it. And you recently were up in Colorado at Johns Manville.
Yes,
Yeah,
I was.
how was that?
Oh, it was great. It was a great turnout, a lot of people. It was great.
Yeah, you pull up, you pull it out, and we saw you doing it. It doesn't take very long.
No, not at all. About 20 minutes or so. Yeah.
And then they get to sit there and really see all the different applications.
Definitely. It's definitely better than just showing them one single membrane. They get an idea better.
Get them all.
Yeah.
Now, Robert, as business development and really working with your contractors, manufacturers, distributors, everything, how important is this kind of hands-on showcase to the industry?
It makes a big difference because what we're doing now is we're actually showing people what the Anchor can actually be used for. Before, when I first started, I've been here about 6 and a half years. And before we were just showing them the Anchor themselves and then maybe a drawing.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing they saw. So what makes the mobile showcase so much better is that we can bring people out. We've done a number of shows here in Texas. We've been down in San Antonio. We've done some stuff here in the DFW area where we've got stuff scheduled all over the place. Warren and I we did a deal up in Ohio.
Yep.
So we've been all over the place. But what it allows is us to come out and show a contractor as well as the manufacturer reps what these things look like. Because a lot of times we're working with manufacturers and they may have seen a drawing or a picture, but they haven't seen a real life application.
Right.
So when you bring people out to actually see it, put their hands on an Anchor, because we'll bring out samples as well, and so they can see how one is constructed. And then when we can show them the transfer of this piece of equipment can be attached in so many different ways, and as the codes are getting stricter and stricter, more things are having to be mechanically attached, positively attached to the roof, and this is where we come in. We're the only ones that don't utilize a compression fitting to make the Anchor watertight. So we're actually watertight at roof level, so we're unique in that situation in regards to the industry. But it's really important because especially when we get out to a distributor or something and we have contractors come by that have no clue what we have available, it's been really nice to be able to show them something that they can lay hands on, they can actually see. We've done some stuff here in Dallas where you can see a light bulb moment go on for a contractor, for an architect or something like that.
Exactly.
That is so cool. You've seen that, right?
Yes.
And do you see kind of the light bulbs go on?
Yes, exactly. They love it. They're like, oh, I can do so much with it. Now I understand. So
Yeah, it's the creativity that really this allows. This is like a creative showcase, really, on what you can do. And for architects who are doing the whole building envelope, that would be huge.
It is, because they can actually see it and they can decide whether that's something in their specification that works.
Yeah.
Like I said, we get the light bulb moments, but we get a lot of times where somebody comes in saying, I could have used that last week, or I could have used that last month.
Yeah.
For numerous things, from pipe supports to the guardrails to any of these things. We have that moment of, man, I could have used that last week.
Yeah.
And so that's where it's a little bit frustrating because we've been out in the market for a while. But this gives us a really good way to put it in front of people where they can see it, feel it, smell it, and get a really good idea of what the products do and then what they can be utilized for.
That is awesome. So for contractors, distributors, manufacturers, architects, the design community, everybody out there, if they want to see this, want to participate and or book it for their location, how do they do that, Robert?
What they can do is they can go onto our website. There's a place on there where you can actually contact the office, and basically they will get you onto the schedule. We'll see if we have something available. What we try to do is bring it into a certain area and try to hit 2 or 3 contractors at a time, or manufacturers, depending on what area of the country we're in. We can also, what you can do is go on and find who your rep is in your area. Yep. So we have representatives down the East Coast, like they were saying before. I'm South Central. We're going to have some guys expanding out into the West. But we can always book this anywhere. So right now, like Colorado was a unique one. Yep. That's about as far west. We haven't gone to California yet, have we?
No, not yet.
Not yet. So we're working on California soon. But as far as booking it, they can do it through the office, or you can find out who your rep is in your area, and you can call the office to do that.
Yeah.
And we'll be happy to set something up and take a look at the schedule and try to fit in as best we can.
I love it. And Roofers Coffee Shop, you can always find this on the Anchor Products directory, but we're also going to be working with Anchor Products to showcase where Warren is traveling, so you know where the showcase is, and you can follow it along. So watch for that coming up on Roofers Coffee Shop, and you know, follow along with Warren's trips. This sounds really fun to me.
Definitely.
Gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank
this
you.
has been so great. Thank you for coming out in the heat and setting up for us. Thank you for joining us today at the show and here. It's been great.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you, Anchor Products. This has been the most amazing live roofing road trips here in Grapevine, Texas. It's a warm day, but I tell you what, we got to see this mobile product showcase. It's amazing, and speak with the inventor, Joel Stanley, and with Robert and Warren, who were both here helping us really showcase the showcase. It's been great. Please check out the Anchor Products directory on Roofers Coffee Shop to get all the information and to find out where that mobile product showcase will be next time it'll be in your neighborhood. Of course, be sure to go to the RLW navigation on Roofers Coffee Shop to see all of our podcasts, and on your favorite podcast channel, be sure to subscribe and set those notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We'll be seeing you next time on Roofing Road Trips.
To schedule a visit or learn more about the mobile showcase, reach out to Anchor Products today.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next roofing road trip.